Most people fail job interviews because they don't prepare. Follow these 8 steps and I guarantee you'll feel ready and stand out. Now let me show you 8 proven steps that will make you stand out and land the role. And the shocking thing is, I even add jokes and I'll show you how I do it in my interviews.
So I want you to subscribe if this video helps you in any way.
So number 1, research the company. Learn everything there is to know about that company. Learn their products or services. Learn where they are now, where they are going to be. Learn their history and what they're trying to be in the future. The more you know, the more confident and relevant your answers is going to be. Number 2, research the people if possible. Find out who's interviewing you and look for common ground. I'll give you 2 examples about this. I found out that one of my interviewers graduated from where I got my master's from. So I made sure that I brought that up in the interview, which gave us some good rapport. You could easily find out this information using their social media. An example of where to find this information would be your LinkedIn accounts, or if you can, their social media accounts such as Facebook. If you can't find any information about them online, then what you can do is assess them from the start of the interview. Let's say one of the interviewer is physically fit. Then you could use some of the things that you normally do to keep yourself physically fit and relate with the interviewer. Like in my case, I go to the gym, and then there was one time where the interviewer and I were just talking about routines in the gym. Number 3, know your questions. Every role has different questions in the interview process. Entry-level jobs focuses on the basics such as where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are your strengths and weaknesses? And tell me something about yourself. We all have heard that. Now for a specific kind of technical roles such as accounting, nursing, or engineering, know the specific questions that they would ask regarding your role. This is so you can actually prepare when you have your interview. Number 4, prepare value-added recommendations. Go beyond the basics. Check out their competitors. Go find out certain gaps that you could fill in and provide suggestions. An example that I can give you is, in my case, I used to apply for hotel jobs. So, you know what I did? I went into their lobby and pretended that I'm a guest. I looked over and see what I need to do before I even get the job. And I also looked at the service and tried to make sure that I have some suggestions on how to improve their customer service. And number 5, understand their culture. Now, every country is different. Here in Australia, greetings are casual. All you need to do is give them a handshake and make sure you address them on their first names. That is one thing that I really love here in Australia. They're very relaxed. I can even call my managers, my bosses, and even my CEOs by their first name. Unlike in Asian cultures, where you have to say sir, ma'am, or boss. You also need to know all about the social cues. Of course, you need to make sure that you're always on time on your interviews and always be respectful. Now, once you've done steps 1 to 5, the next would be step 6, which is create your script. The goal is to make sure that you're prepared for any kind of questions that they're going to ask. Hot tip when you're creating your script, you need to make sure to add 2 to 3 jokes inside it. This is very important to break the ice and to make sure to show them the personality that you may have. I'll give you an example for this. When I was applying for an entry-level job, they normally ask me, so tell me something about yourself, which I answer in this way. Well, I'm hardworking and I have a pleasing personality. Well, at least that's what my mom says. And then I will make sure to laugh. After the joke dies down, I'll follow up with this. But in all seriousness, if you want me to do something and I don't know how to do it, I'll make sure to learn it and execute. Once you're happy with your script, then we go to step 7, which is practice your delivery. A good script is nothing without practice. You need to make sure that when you're practicing, you're already on the suit that you're going to wear on your interview. Or if you're a lady, whatever dress you're going to wear. My suggestion in this is to make sure that you invest in whatever you're going to wear. Now, the way I do this is I go into the mirror and I try to make sure to know the right angles for me to deliver certain lines. I know that some of you will think that this is too much. I know that. I understand. However, this is what works for me. But if you think that you're having troubles landing your dream job, then you might as well try it out. It might work for you as well. The main reason for this is first impressions matter and first impressions last. So you need to make sure that out of those tens, 20s, or sometimes hundreds of interviews that they take for a certain role, they would remember you. Number 8. Prepare your questions. This is an important part of the interview. Every interview always ends with, "Do you have any questions for us?" Always say yes. In my case, I normally prepare 3 to 5 questions which is related to their business. And I'll give you an example of how I ask my questions. My first question is, I was here in the lobby the other day and I could see that they were understaffed. Now, do you guys call in people to help you guys out when you're understaffed? Then I'll let them answer. Now, the last question that I normally ask is this. Imagine this interview went well and you offered me the position. What would I be doing for you to think that you hired the right person? What this question does is it imprints in their head that this conversation or this interview is going really well. And it's suggesting their imagination. And they're imagining that they've given me the role and how I would look like achieving the role successfully in their mind. So that's the 8 steps that I normally take to prepare for an interview. Let's do a recap. 1. Research the company. 2. Research the people. 3. Prepare for your questions. 4. Bring value-added recommendations. 5. Learn the culture. 6. Create a script. 7. Practice the delivery. 8. Prepare your own questions. Let me know in the comments on how you normally prepare for an interview. And if this video helped you out, please like and subscribe so I can continue providing valuable information for people like us.